Can you hear us and see us?
Okay, I can hear you. Oh, now I can see you. I can hear you through the phone. I'm not sure whether
You want to turn that mic on, please? Pull the button towards you. Tom, you pulled the button towards you, right?
I did.
Can you hear us now, Will?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I forgot to turn the mics on.
Okay, I'm using YouTube now, so I don't get
Feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, very good then. Sorry, folks, we're running just a little slow today. Anybody that's watching and or listening. Okay, what we're doing is we're having a continuation of our December 9th town board meeting. This is to close out the year of 2020, to take care of bills and a couple of other items. So if we could please start by pledging allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, has everybody had a chance to look over the bills?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions? Any concerns? Okay, then, can I hear a motion for accepting of the bills?
I move that we accept the bills. I'll second it.
Tom and Lynn, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Thank you. Okay, we have a motion so we can make the line budget transfers to pay those bills.
I move that we make a line budget transfer to cover the bills that we just accepted. I'll second it.
Tom and Lynn, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry. Can I ask just one quick question on that?
Yes, ma'am.
So the line transfers, and maybe this is for the next, the inter-fund transfers, so that is just money that we're just moving from like one water district to another, all within, or I see the A5031, but I'm not sure what that is.
Lee, that's where I need you, unless you can answer it.
Not that 8503.
Lee?
It was the last page from Shelley, the interfund, or from Shelby, I'm sorry, the interfund transfer.
You said it was 83 something?
What was the account number?
No, sorry, it says, A5031.
Okay, Lee's looking it up right now for us.
Okay, got it.
This is what we use. I don't know why they're different account numbers.
I
These
don't
are
know
what she's
either.
looking, the 8324, 8344, 8340.
What, do you have the full number there, Carrie?
Phone number for, the phone number, sorry, is that what you're asking for?
Yeah, you said it was 83 something, something, something?
No, A is an alpha. It wasn't a full account number, that's why I was kind of confused. It was A is an alpha, so I'm trying to pull it back up. I think it was 5031, but hold on just a second.
5010, street administration.
Thank you.
Okay, I've got it pulled back up now, sorry. A is an alpha 5031.
5031.
Any other A's? That's all.
What's the title, at the top?
Town of Berry sees approve the following interfund transfers at your meeting on December 29th. It may, like, I think it's just probably something I just don't, it just says A5031 interfund transfer. So I think that's like where the money
Oh,
is
right
coming
here.
from.
She's seeing that,
Yeah.
A,
Oh.
5031. It's going, yes, it's going to there from here, from all these.
Okay, so see, that's where okay, so we're moving the stuff from the water district to that A5031.
Actually, that would be I haven't had a chance to look at this because I would need to know that too. Usually I have due to and due from. This
Right.
doesn't have a due to, or I'm talking to Lee, Carrie, sorry, Carrie.
Okay,
No,
you're fine.
on this page, it has the one account at the top and then the others, but are we putting into these then? Or are we taking out of?
I didn't really have a chance to look into this.
All right,
Let me,
I'll need to know that if it's coming, which is the due to and which is the due from.
okay.
Sorry, Carrie.
No,
Because the next page has the due to and the, well, they're both due tos.
but I think that those ones are from, those ones, I think that number lines up with the, nope, never mind, it doesn't. The very first page has the due to and the from. 26, 639. Hold on.
Yep,
No, it's not. Yeah, so I guess same question for the, water district number 8 and trust and agency.
okay, for the water district state and trust and agency, I have due to,
Hello?
Hello, Shelby.
Yeah,
I've got you on speakerphone in the middle of our meeting at this present time, so you know.
okay.
Question that was brought up is on the one form we have, interfund transfer, A as in Adam, 5031 for $5,250. And then you go down through your water districts, 1 through 7, interfund transfer, which also equals $5,250. So the question is, which is the money being taken from this?
Let me just say, it's something that we have done since you came on with EFPR. You actually approve this every year. What it is so the money that's coming from the water districts is a portion of the bill you pay to EFPR. So that the general fund isn't paying the entire bill to EFPR, that it's broke up between the water districts. Just like when you were at Baldwin's, it was the same thing.
mhm,
But at Baldwin's, it was actually allocated separately from the Baldwin bill. So this way, the way we do EFPR, you have the full bill all out of general general fund. But then, like I said, so the water districts pay their portion. We're just reimbursing general fund for that part of it.
okay, so it's coming out of a 5031 and going into general fund?
That's coming into.
Into,
So it's coming
okay,
out of the water districts.
yep, okay,
That's the expense part of it, and it's coming into the general fund under the A5031, which is a
Got
line
it.
line.
got it. And this is due
Okay.
from. Yep, I was just looking for the due to, due from. Okay,
No, it's not a due to, due from. Those are completely different.
okay,
Those are not not do that. This is an
It's not water.
interfund transfer, not a due to, due from. Due to, due from is money that you borrow from a district and you have to pay it back. An interfund transfer is money that you can give to a district and it stays there. You don't have to pay it back.
Okay, but it's coming out of general fund,
No, it's coming out of the
or
water district.
coming out of water
Water
districts,
district
going
into the
into
general.
general,
Going into the general fund.
Yes.
into.
Yes, and that's because, again, you pay the EFPR bill out of general fund, and like I said, so this way, the water districts are paying, a share of it,
Okay,
okay?
so same with this last page.
Like I said, it's, the water districts have always paid their share of the bill for accounting, even when they were with Baldwin. It's just, like I said, when it was with Baldwin's, we actually broke the bill up between all the water districts at the time. So you actually had to add up the general fund and all the water districts to see what you were actually paying for your accounting.
Right,
You know what I mean?
okay.
So this way, it's all in one number.
Now, on the next page though, District 8 has been broken out separately, and that does say due tos. So that is a due to?
Let me bring it up. I was eating my dinner, so let me bring it up.
Sorry about that.
Trust and agency is the same way. It's a due to. On paper it is.
Trust and agency, you're putting money, you're putting money, there's money sitting in the trust and agency account that is basically, if there's any interest or the health insurance money that comes out of people's checks that sits in the trust and agency, we're putting that back into the funds that, if it's a highway person or a water person or a general person, we're putting it back into those funds.
So,
So-
okay.
Let me bring up the reports. Hold on a second here. Oops. So water district number 8 is not in the interfund. That wasn't part of the budget. I don't know why. We just never put that in there. I think we did for this next year, but it wasn't in the other budget for the interfund transfer. It's just water district 1 through 7 for some reason. But what was your other question? Was it the due tos and due froms?
Well, on 8, so you have $1,000, and that does
Oh,
say
yeah,
due
because
to.
that's another thing that's been happening for a few years now. If you look at the ones from last year, there was $1,000. There was so much, I don't remember what the actual original amount was. I'd have to look back. But there's some money that that Water District 8 owes back to general fund from when the district was created. And so we're just paying down $1,000 a year. And next year with this one, we're down to $1,600 for the remainder.
Okay,
That's owed. I can't remember the original amount. Like I said, I have to look back at it.
right,
Back through everything. I don't remember when it started, but
okay,
that's all that is.
And
So in this District 8 is paying money to general fund.
right, so that is a due
Trust and
to.
agency is paying money to general townwide and highway fund townwide.
Gotcha, yeah, okay. I just want,
Okay.
yeah, so that's why that's a due to, and the others are not.
Yes, yeah, there's a difference between the two of them, so.
Okay,
yes.
I'm just gonna label the others intos and froms, not dues. I'm gonna do away with the dues, but just so that,
That's what they are, is due tos and due froms.
No,
That's
the-
what they are.
the ones that you said aren't, the ones you said are not due tos. You kept saying they're not due tos. I'm going to label them,
The
1 through
$5,200
7.
one?
the 1 through 7.
Oh, label is an interfund transfer.
Okay,
They're not any type of due to. It's actually an interfund transfer. So if you're putting it in the minutes, just label it as an interfund transfer.
gotcha.
Okay?
Yep,
Is that it?
That's it. Carrie, you all set?
Sorry. One more question, just curious as to the interest, is it normally 2 years of interest, for the general fund?
I'm sorry. Can you say, you're kind of echoing for some reason. Are you maybe farther away or something?
I'll put it, I had it on speakerphone, sorry, but I'll take it off. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Okay, so the trust and agency, is for both the general fund townwide and the highway fund townwide. There's both 2019 and 2020. is that normal or did we skip last year and so we're just doubling up
So
this
this
year?
is all the money that city, the money from 2019, we just never transferred. So, usually we try to do it in the beginning of the year and just never got around to it, so we're doing it now. And then 2020s we're doing now because the state is changing how they want us to record the payroll information now. It's no longer going to be through a TNA account. It's going to be through, oh gosh, I just drew a blank. Yeah, anyway, it's another fund, but I can't remember what it is. I can't remember exactly the words they use now. So we're just cleaning that trust and agency account up so that we have a clean slate to start with in January to start recording it the way, the new way they want it.
Okay,
So a trust and agency account is to be a zero account. Money goes in and goes out. It's not a holding account. Nothing stays in there. So a trust and agency account is just, we use it for payroll. We bring the money in for the payroll. That's where the checks get paid from. That's where, if there's any deductions, that's where that gets paid from. And then any deductions that come out of their checks, like the health, BI, the vision insurance, and the disability insurance, well, that sits in there until the end of the year when we can double check everything, make sure all the numbers are right, and then we just transfer it back to those funds that, that pays for their insurance. Excuse me.
Okay, we all set? Okay. Shelby, thank you very much. I'm sorry for interrupting dinner.
Oh, no, that's okay. It was just pizza, so I'm all good.
Oh, well, bring us some, would you?
I wish I could. If you weren't so far away, I would.
Take care and have a happy new year.
Oh, thank you. You too. Everyone have a good night.
You hung up before you
Aye.
said bye.
Okay. So Tom made the motion, Lynn seconded. Are we all set now for the vote on the line budget transfers?
yeah.
Okay, if we could please then. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Okay, next. I have here copy of Richard Miller, his resignation. This is the Richard Miller that lives on Miller Road. So his resignation says, please accept this letter as my resignation of the Barry Zoning Board of Appeals. Thank you, Richard Miller. So I need a motion to accept his resignation.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, that's Margaret and Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Now, because he has resigned, we need to have a motion to advertise for a new zoning board member. Because there is a vacancy on there, so we need to make a motion so that we can advertise for this position, so we can get it filled in the next couple months, so that whatever they have coming up, they'll have a full board. They have one opening.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Okay, now, as I had sent out to everybody, the 3 requests for changes were sent to the county. And we now have to make a motion. They sent it back to us saying everything was fine. And that has to do with our zoning laws. So what I need is to have a motion on each one that we accept these changes. So for the first one, has to do with, and what I need is a motion to adopt the zoning change for request for amendment to the zoning text, extending a 180-day moratorium on solar energy storage facilities. So someone make a motion on
I'll
that?
make that motion.
Margaret, second.
I'll second it.
Tom, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. Oh, I'm sorry. Against? So carried. Okay, the next one is a motion to adopt the zoning changes on the general business district to expand the general business district as per the comprehensive plan. So could I hear a motion on that for that as well?
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second it.
Lynn and Tom, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? So carried. And then the third and final one is an adoption, to adopt a zoning change for the zoning map, changing residential 1 to ag res throughout the town. So, do I hear a motion for that?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Margaret and Lynn? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. These will, Maureen will put these into the official newspaper, which is the Batavia Daily News. And 10 days after the publication in the Batavia Daily News, 10 days after that, these take effect. So that if anybody asks you about these, when they take effect, when we follow the new zoning changes, they are 10 days from publication. Okay, next you also have, and I sent this one out, I'm pretty sure I sent it out to you before, but be on the safe side, I sent it out to you again today. And that is the professional fee reimbursement agreement for, between the town and AES, which is the.
Do you have another copy, Sean?
I only ran off two. Here, I'll give you my original here.
No, are there figures in that?
Hmm?
No figures in that, are there?
Yeah, there's numbers.
We're on camera here, Maureen.
Yeah.
Pull mine up. There we go. Okay.
No, the one that I had, Sean, didn't have any figures yet in it. That's why I
Oh, it
asked.
did?
No.
Turn this so I can read it this way. This agreement between the town and AES, it states, whereas the developer has conveyed to the town its intention to pursue permitting approval from and consent to plan Baird Solar Project within the town, whereas the applicant has submitted request seeking to have the town review its application for compliance with the town of Barry zoning and related laws, whereas the town has retained or will retain special legal counsel and or technical consultants to assist in the review of aspects of the proposal, and these firms will be billing the town on a time and material basis for such services. Whereas the town has requested that the developer reimburse the town for the cost associated with the aforementioned hiring of the town consultants, as such costs will be solely and directly attributed to the town's review for the proposal and are not provided for in the town's budget. Now therefore, for good and valuable consideration, the receipt and sufficiency of which are hereby acknowledged, the town and developer hereby agrees to the following. 1.0 on reimbursable costs. I'm not going to read through everything, but basically the developer shall reimburse the town for reimbursable costs up to an amount not to exceed $40,000 in aggregate fee cap without prior written approval by the developer, which shall not be unreasonably withheld. Reimbursable costs shall mean for all reasonable and documented legal and/or professional fees and other costs of town consultants that are reasonably incurred by the town in reviewing the proposal. The developer agrees to pay all such reimbursable costs, whether or not the proposal is ultimately approved by the town. Now, if the town's reimbursable costs exceed the fee cap, the $40,000, the developer will consider for good cause shown an amendment to this agreement increasing the fee cap. The developer shall promptly reimburse the town for reimbursable costs as follows. The developer shall initially pay the sum of $20,000 into an escrow fund to be maintained by the town for application toward the reimbursable costs invoice to the town. In the event that the escrow amount falls below $5,000, the developer shall add an additional $10,000 to such account as replenishment. The town shall submit monthly invoices to the developer for reimbursable costs incurred by the town during the preceding month. The town's invoices to the developer shall be based on invoices that have been received by the town from town consultants, even though not yet paid by the town. Developer shall pay each invoice issued to the developer by the town in full up to the fee cap within 30 days following the developer's receipt of the invoice. If the developer disagrees with any portion of any invoice, it shall pay the invoice and notify the town in writing of the amount in dispute and the reason for its disagreement within the 30-day period after receipt of the invoice and pursue dispute resolution regarding those amounts. I wanted to get to any questions? Okay, then could I have a motion to accept this?
I so move.
It's Tom.
I'll second it.
Lynn seconds it. Okay, you have a vote, please? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. That's pretty much everything on our agenda. But what I did forget to do is that in an attendance roll, Tom McCabe is here, Lynn Hill is here, Margaret Swan is here, I myself, and Maureen Beach. Carrie Richardson is on the phone with us. Lance Mark is on the phone with us. And Dale Brooks is on the phone with us as well. So that everybody knows who's here. Or if they're missing, you know where they're located. They're not sitting in the room with us at this time. I'd also like to, at this time, and I saved it to the end for a reason. And I'd like to, I just learned of this last week. And I would like to have a moment of silence due to the fact that our council person, Carrie Richardson's grandmother, passed away a couple weeks ago. Margaret McKenna of Albion had passed away. So I'd like to have a moment of silence for Margaret at this time and her family. Okay, thank you, everyone. And
Thank you.
to the McKennas and Richardsons, I am sorry for your loss. We're all sorry for your loss. Okay, anything else, anybody?
Just a question, Sean, on the agreement. How long before we get this to them to see if they agree with it?
Lance, do you have an answer for that?
Well, we'll notify them, tomorrow and then ask for their feedback, but I'm not expecting any blowback on it.
Okay, thank you, Lance.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay, then. Aside from everybody, have a very safe New Year's, whatever you have planned. And hopefully 2021 will be far better for everybody. If I could have a motion to end our meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Thank you, everybody.
Well, safe and happy New Year, everybody.
You too,
Thank you,
Lance.
Lance.
Too, Lance.
Thank you, and Happy New Year to everyone.
You too,
You
Carrie.
too, Carrie. I think she may have been the only one on. Because when I would get on
No.
YouTube, it would say two watching.
Oh, there's two. Oh, YouTube, I had three the whole time.
Oh, and see, I
Tom?
only had two.
You hit that green button, please?
Do we have the other one of these? There's two single papers. You got them? All right.
Yeah, and I screwed one up. I wrote the date where I should have signed.
Oh, like me. I don't know why they switched this. It
Yeah.
catches me every time. So I just need to sign. I think I need to sign those.